Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Rob here again, and Rain has real pressure now, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about Rain's amazing new pressure. It not only is this, slightly gimmicky forward and back dashing from your projectile, which is really good, but we do have genuine plus frames from some of our buttons now. And this is all thanks to @Dexter5817 on Twitter, who posted this and showed the actual frame data for all of these cancels. Because the frame data meter in this game kind of lies a lot. It says that a cancel like this is -14 when it's actually +3. So the full frame data from all of Rain's buttons I'll put on the screen and link to Dexter's tweet, but this is really interesting. You can see that the frame data ranges from about -12 all the way up to +3 from this string, and this has a lot of different implications. Of course, the ones that are plus, and you can enforce your turn by dashing in with the down 1, and there's nothing the opponent can do about that. And this is amazing because once the opponent respects that they can't actually press buttons against you, that opens up a lot of pressure opportunities because they can't mash every time you do 1-1-4. Now you can actually dash in and go for your mids, and they're practically guaranteed as long as you've, conditioned the opponent, which is really cool. So that one is advantageous and proper pressure, but the rest of your buttons are a little bit more iffy. They range from about -12 all the way up to -1. And what you can do from them depends on how minus they are. The middle ground is about like -6, 7, 8, because that's about how fast a poke is. So if it is around that distance, you may be able to get away from the opponent depending on a certain number of factors. And that's going to be how far away you are and how good the opponent's poke is. So take this example from Ford 2. As you can see here, I can get away from the opponent, and this cancel is specifically -6. So I have enough time to dash away from the opponent at this distance, which means I can get a full whiff punish. Pretty cool. But if I was any closer, like right in their face, then it wouldn't work, because I get pretty far. I'm pretty far right now, but I'm just getting clipped by the end of Rain's poke. So if the opponent had a slightly worse poke, then I would probably be able to escape here. And this applies to a few buttons like standing 1, which is -6, but if I was really close to the opponent, specifically Rain, I'll still get clipped. But then we have buttons like 1-1, which are -10, and that's practically impossible to get away from, because every poke in the game is going to catch you with this, so there's no point using it as a projectile cancel. We already talked about 1-1-4, which is really good. You can actually have proper plus frames, and even if the opponent does get hit, well then you can get easy Oki like this, so it really doesn't matter. You can do it whenever you like. Forward 1 is -8, which is getting towards the end of not very good, but if you do space it correctly, you can still get away. Oops. As you can see there, but if I'm any closer and I don't space it correctly, I'm not going to be able to get away. Standing 2 is also generally pretty bad, but 2-1-1 is -1, which means you can get away from any poke in the game easy peasy. The fourth hit of 2-1-1, so the overhead, is -11, but you're pushed so far away that a poke wouldn't even hit you in the first place. You can actually dash forwards and punish them with anything else. Back 2 is similar. The opponent can poke you when you're close enough and you do it, and they do get a punish, but if you cancel out of the way, you can just get yourself out of time before they actually hit you, which is cool because you get that little bit of a head start from the button, and then you get an easy punish. Forward 2, like we mentioned, is -6, so you can get away from pokes easily if you space it slightly or if they have a bad poke, but from really close, it's not going to happen. 4-2-1 actually leaves you at -4, but it pushes the opponent so far away that once again their poke isn't going to hit you, so you can easily just dash forward or dash backwards. You're pretty free to do whatever you want. Standing 3 is +1, but the button on its own is +4, so there's not much reason to use this. Back 3 is -8, which once again is on the lower end of being good, so if you're anywhere close to the opponent, it's not really going to work. Even slightly spaced out, it won't work. They're going to clip you, but if you space it out pretty decently, you can get away. And same applies for forward 3, which is -7. If I space it pretty well and it hits from decently far away, I can easily catch them. but if I'm right in their face, not gonna work. So yeah, that's just a mini guide on Rain's pressure. It's pretty cool that he has guaranteed ways of actually enforcing the pressure with a +3 on 114, and then it's good to know the frame data of the rest of the cancels so that you know when you can actually get away from an opponent's poke and when you can't. I hope this helps, I hope you do some cool pressure now, and thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one, bye bye.